Welcome back to another episode of Dr. Tastes Good Barbecue. What I have for you today we do an unboxing, installation, and walk around of the brand new RT-B380 Bullseye. Now, I'm just a normal dude in the backyard grilling stuff. If I can do it, you can do it. Enjoy. So I am definitely one of the lucky ones. There is high demand on this and currently low inventory. I got clearance from my wife about 5 months ago to get this. I've been trying. Finally, I got lucky. My apologies to my boy Joe Matucci, who was also trying, and he still doesn't have his yet, but hey, hopefully Joe, you get yours soon. Alright, before we unpackage everything here, just real quick. So, reading through here, so you can use this QR code, which my phone doesn't have that. I'm old. Or you can get the manual right from the Recteq website. And here it is. Print out all 34 pages. Now, looking through it, there's one thing that I'm missing. I believe it's a 10 millimeter socket. So we'll see if we can make do. If not, we may need to pause at that point and keep rolling. Alright, let's check it out here, make sure we have everything. Grill body. Lid. We have the deflector plate, lid hinge, and handles. So far, first thoughts on the deflector plate, that thing is heavy duty. We have our bottom shelf and grill grate. Bottom shelf is just sitting under my grill grate just for space. What else do we got? We got two wheels. We have both sets of legs there. So we have the wheel legs and the footed legs and the hardware packet. So I found getting into this stuff, scissors was good. I also have two additional packages here besides the hardware pack. So these appear to be for the wheels. These are metal. I believe those to be plastic. We also have some different self-tappers. So these were in that package. The one thing I do not see is the lid spacer. So I'll shoot them an email there and see if I can get one sent out. Alright, first little hiccup. So these guys here, there's no mention of them in my instructions, but I think, and I'll take you in for a close-up. I'm pretty sure they fit right here as a little spacer. So I'm going to do my best to get these guys off, but let's zoom in and check it out real quick. All right, here we go. So I'm going to try again to get these guys off. But again, these little guys, there's no place for them. I should have called. Or kind of went with my gut, but you can kind of see how they fit right here. I think they'll work up there, kind of fill up some of that gap. So again, just going to try to get these guys off. There are some replacement plastic ones in my package. But we'll try to bust these off and keep going. All right, so it's better. And I mean, they fit right along this guy here. But I mean, I can get one side flush, but the other side has a gap. So I'm just kind of leaving it here. Probably give them a call and see what I can find out. All right, so a couple things looking at the directions here that I think will be important to you. Just kind of zoom in on the top picture. I'll zoom in for you. See that little groove on top? So that guy right there. So from what I can determine right now, this will connect to the lid, and this here to the actual grill itself. Alright, so what I'm finding with the lid install here, you saw me messing around, but these are tight. This can be my outsides. This guy here just keeps spinning. And so I thought I'd replace the lock washer to see if that was the deal. That's not it, but it just keeps spinning, spinning, spinning. So we'll give Recteq a call on that. See what they know. I don't know if I can put like another little bolt in there. Yeah, or what? We'll see what they say. The one thing that I hadn't tried was doing a new bolt just to see, but it seems like it's the hole itself, so nothing's taken in there. So I figured it was worth giving it a shot just to see if that worked. Alright, so what I was just playing around with there is these guys. So that I noticed my lid wasn't closing exactly kind of how I liked it. And so I'd call it misaligned. So I think what these do is you can kind of shift your lid around a little bit. I'm going to play around with that a little bit more here and see if I can get her fit and flush. Didn't see anything in the instructions about that. Yeah, this one may be a hard one to explain, but what I've found, so I tightened them up, loosened them up, played around. So you have this gap along the edge here, and then it tightens up right about there. So I'm thinking that's by design. I don't know. Same thing over on the other side. So it's a little smaller gap here, and then it tightens up right about there. So I'll give them a ring, tell you what I find out. Alright, so just two things left to do here. So again, putting in the heat deflector, and this sucker is heavy. Nice and sturdy. Just seeing if it, yeah, just kind of, I don't know if it locks in, but sets in there nicely. And just put in the grates. So we'll come back here for a little recap. Kind of my initial thoughts, the questions that I have. Then it also has the temperature probe. So you just plug this guy, your temperature probe right there. So we'll come back for a quick recap, the questions I have, and hopefully by the time I post this, I will have those answers. Alright, let's just do a quick walk around over here. So again, I'm just waiting on a few questions on them. There's the hopper in there. According to my paperwork, it says 20 pounds, but we will check that out in a later video. Here's the inside. Porcelain coated grates. Again, I'm very impressed with the heat deflector. That sucker is heavy. There's the temperature probe sitting right there. So the next video is coming up in the series. We'll do the initial burn-in. And then we'll also do a seasoning. The back tires there went on like a champ. Again, it's the front ones I'm a little curious on that. So again, with the lid and the gap. So this is kind of curious. I'm starting to think that that gap is supposed to be there. Because if we look at center point, okay, right off the back of the hinge, you have these 3 vents on top of the hinge. To the right, you have 2 dual vents. And on this other side, you have 4. Just makes me say, But overall, even for a normal dude in the backyard growing stuff, pretty simple install. But I will definitely let you know here in the next clip on what I hear from Recteq customer service. Alright, so talk to the fine folks again at Recteq customer service. Again, they actually picked up the phone, rang about 5 times and then picked up. Very impressed with that. So we talked about the 3 issues that I'm having, or questions, I guess. So the lid, I guess the lid is just what it is. That's how it fits. Again, the lid spacer is on its way. For the bolt that won't thread in on my center of my top, so we talked about self-tapping screws. I'm going to go with, I went up to the hardware store. It's a little metric screw, or a nut. I'll put that in the description on what it is. Excuse me, I can't remember exactly what it was. And for the legs, I think since I'm going to have the lid off, I'm going to try to take it off from the hinge to put this bolt in. Is the only way I can, or the nut is the only way I can get in there. I'm going to have that off. I'm going to flip it over and just try to pull the legs apart a little bit because I still have a little bit of a gap on one side. I double checked the instructions. I installed them right. And they have settled down. Once I put the unit together, kind of pushed down a little bit, they spread a little bit, but we'll check that out. And another question I had, because they asked me if I had one more question. On the directions here, it talks about a 20-pound hopper right there. It's actually a 15-pound hopper, so they have a little conflicting information. So on the website, if you click on the RT-B380, it talks about a 15-pound hopper, but my instructions said 20. So there we go. We'll just fast forward through, flip it over, do what I need to do, call this good. Thank you so much for watching the unboxing, installation, and initial walk around of the Recteq RT-B380. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like. I will put also a subscribe icon for you right about there, just to make it easy for you. Another video right about there. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.